Yeah, I got one for y'all today. Been missing the last couple days. I've been trying to take care of some things, of course. If I can send some of y'all to do some other stuff I'm doing, maybe I can be here a little bit more and give you some more videos. Yeah, right. So, welcome to Mississippi Survival. Yeah, I got so much to say. I already told myself, hey, look, break this thing up in increments. Give them this, and we're gonna put something on the other video. We can't jam it all together. So I ain't gonna jam it all together. But no, I would give you my strongest opinion on certain things that you guys need to know about, which I'll never let you go without that. I'm gonna tell you about that every time. But let's get ready to get this thing popped off. I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you to all my subscribers. And I say all, I call it all nine of y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all because y'all are my beginning. I appreciate you, so I'll never forget you guys. Thank you so much. Um, Today we are going to be doing a emergency heating. So it's a lot. I forgot to turn my phone down. Let me fix that right now. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, turn that down. 1 second, please. 1 second, I get it turned down. Okay, good. Okay, now I got it. It's down. Now, what I want to do here today is I want to show you guys a way to heat your home or heat. No, I don't say heat your home. Depends, because that depends. That's pretty broad. That depends on what kind of home you got. Do you have an office? Like if it's cold and it's an emergency situation, I think you guys should. If you don't have, well, the device I'm gonna show you, if you got more than one of these, you can have one in your room. They can have one in their room, and a safe place. You hear me? I don't want you to put this on the bed and all this crazy mess. This goes on a table or a dresser and make sure there's nothing around it that can catch on fire. You understand? That's exactly what I'm telling you. Okay. Now, this is for emergency situations. Now, what I've been trying to do myself is that's what a lot of people won't do is I've been shutting my power off. I just turn it all off and I want to see how far or how long I can make it. And what it does is when you do that, instead of waiting until the electric goes out, then you're trying to scramble and figure this out and see what a AA battery's in, and the AA battery's in a junk drawer somewhere. When I told you already to get you the the Daddy Caddy storage unit, the Big Daddy Caddy storage unit. You can put all your AA, your AAA, your 9 volt, your C, your D, all that stuff can be in one place instead of looking through the junk drawer. You don't know which bear is good, which one is bad. So I encourage you to get this. No, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't even have enough people to be sponsored by anybody. Just to make that clear. But saying that, what I'm trying to get you to do is be prepared. If you practice it, when it happens, it's gonna be second nature. It's gonna be easy. Okay. I do this every day. I practice this all the time. This is what I practice for. So therefore, I'm ready for what's gonna be thrown at me. If the power's out, cool. I got it. I know what to do. I got information from the Mississippi Survival channel. I know what to do, and a lot of other people's channel. You know, but I don't see anybody in Mississippi. A lot of people in Mississippi. I don't. I look on there. I look all around. I don't see it. So they ain't talking about what I'm talking about anyway. So I don't see that. So we're gonna be doing emergency heating. Also, if you haven't seen the video where I did the where you cooking bologna, well, you cook what you want to cook, but I cook bologna actually is what I use, and I made a made my own do-it-yourself stove. I'm going to redo that video using the new method that I'm using now to heat, but I'm going to use that method to cook with as well. And I think it's going to get a whole lot hotter. So I'm looking to be able to boil water quickly, not all day, quickly. So again, I got a lot of videos for you guys, a lot. So we're going to get kicked off of this right here. And you probably ain't gonna see my face, but nevertheless, you probably don't want to see it anyway. Just in case people don't want to see it. Just kidding, just kidding. All right, let's flip this one. All right, I'm coming on around, people. All right, there I go. All right, now what we're doing is a do-it-yourself heater. Now I already took the liberty and put all this together. I'll tell you about the pieces and parts and all that, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna get you to this so you can see it. Okay. Uh, Let me see, can I get you guys some tip going on here? Yeah, because it's not that great. It's not tilting that good as I would like for it to tilt. So let me, oh, now, I got a lot of tip going now. So let's see. Make sure that's not too close, because looks pretty good so far. That's it. About right here. Okay, great. Now, all right, this is what we're using here, guys. Now, I know I looked over YouTube, and of course, I don't want to do the same thing everybody else doing, so I try to do it differently. And not so much as just doing it different, but I wanted to figure another way that would be just as efficient or work better. So, saying that, under here is where I use my alcohol. So I'm gonna slide on the other side so you guys see it. See, I already got this lit. And I'm running this, as you can see, I'm gonna go down. I already got it lit. Now, what that is right there, guys, is that's a, well, I found the can that I had in the kitchen, and I don't eat or drink condensed milk at all. So I poured that out. Please don't be mad, I poured it out. I just don't drink it. So, and I filled it with tissue. And I use 70% isopropyl alcohol. The reason why I use 70% versus using 90%, because 90% burns with smoke. It burns hotter, you get hotter heat, but it smokes. This 70% hardly doesn't even give you any smoke at all. So I'm gonna slide this back under here, guys. Here. Now, this stuff is purely air conditioned equipment is what this is. So I decided to get this right here, this plenum pipe. This pipe here, this the guy said it goes when you use these on plenums. So that's my understanding. I don't know if he's telling the tale or not, but that's what he used. And then this right here, I seen this, and then I was gonna get the pipe so it can be directional and the heat coming out of one way. Then I started thinking, and I'm like, well, if the heat comes out of a regular pipe, normally that's straight. It's gonna go straight in the air. I said, now maybe I can get this, and it reminds me of the heaters that they have, the propane heaters that they have outside that heats, and then it hits the top shield, and the heat comes down on top of you, comes down on you if you're under. And I said, man, that's neat. I said, let me try that and see. So I got this. I thought it was a really neat and design that looks exactly like a propane. And I put my alcohol can in here, and I'm using these two popcorn bowls, which are, I got several of these. And these things are super heavy. They usually make them out of plastic, but these things are made out of glass. So they're really nice. So I like them. But nevertheless, under here is I got my alcohol, and then under here, this thing get extremely hot. You can't, like right now, you can't put your hand up there and say, "Hey, I'm gonna put my hand up here and see how warm it is." That would burn the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious clean up at you. So I'm telling you now, don't put your hand up there because it is hot. And so, and they say, well, 90% burns hotter. Right. So I came up with a solution for that using my Schumacher power station, which is right next to this. This is my power station, and I have a fan attached to it, which is DC, which is a DC fan that's attached to it as well. And I got it face down. And like, why you got it face down? I got it face down because when the air hits the table, it comes under the unit here, under the unit. And when it goes under the unit, the fire from the alcohol, the fire, it sucks in that oxygen that you put in there. And what it does, it makes this flame up even more on the inside, and it gets even more hot. It gets hotter. Now I tried all this stuff, and I tested before I decided I was gonna do this video. I went on and tested all this, and I was like, well, I closed the door. Like right now, it'll cool down some because I opened the door. Well, I closed the door, and it gets hot in this room. So I don't know what some people are using that ain't working and whatnot. I believe the clay pipes do work, pots. I do believe those work, but I'm not using those right now. I will try to put something like that together and see the benefits of it. But right now, this right here is blocking the heat from going directly up to the ceiling, and it's coming out the sides. Now, what I had planned to do was I tried several things. Like I had this fan here blowing on top of this thing because it's so hot, and it was putting out good warm air. Uh, Under here as well, I decided I want to try to hang a fan right here and let it pull the heat from here. Then again, I thought I'd put one on top because the heat is coming off this top right here, around this edge, all the way around. It's coming off, and it's really hot, like right in here. So by that being, I said if I can put a fan on top here and a fan on top here, or I could put four if I wanted to across the top. And let me turn this so you guys see what I'm saying. See? And here, if I wanted to, let's come up some. If I wanted to, I could put a fan here, 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 and here, which is going to cost a lot. That's going to be a lot of energy using because I'm going to have to use batteries, which I do. I use a lot of those lithium batteries, and they will work, but I will need a higher power fan. The reason why I decided against putting it down here and say, hey, I'll put it up here is because the heat rises, and the heat is going to come right off the top of this and all the way around, and it's going to rise up. So if I put those fans here, even if I use one, that's a nice velocity fan, all the heat that's coming off the top of here is going to blow, the fan's going to blow through, and it's going to be hot air that's coming through. So then now I have air that's being forced air instead of having regular, no, just having regular heat coming off, which is still good because it still heat the room up. And I haven't even used that fan. I haven't even used it. But I've tried this with it, and I did try I have another fan somewhere here that I was using as well. It's not that great because it runs so slow. I even put a 12 volt battery power to it, and it just doesn't run that fast. It wasn't designed for that. I think it was just designed to pull the heat off the chassis of a computer case, and that's about it. Now, right now, I don't know if you can see the fire in there. I can see it from my side. Now, I'm gonna turn this fan. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. When I force this air, it's gonna make this flame up because it's gonna be feeding this oxygen, and it's gonna get a lot hotter than what it is already. I just noticed the camera just got brighter. Okay. All right, so here we go. You see that? Did you see that? It's just I got a knob to turn up the heat. By the air hitting the table, it's sucking it in and it's making this thing flame up more. Yeah, and the heat is getting very intense. Hot. Yeah, it's getting very, very hot. I can turn this way. I can't just hold my hand over the top of it. That's too hot. Yeah. When it gets really hot and you close the door, it will heat a room completely up. This is a decent size bedroom, well, this office, but it will definitely heat it up. Trust me. And it works not. And I think it's a really neat. It's a nice what the girls do, the cute design that I want to call it. It's real neat. I like the way it's designed. I like the top on it. You know what I mean? And I almost thought too. I got so many ideas. I just sit around just thinking stuff. I got so many ideas. Another idea I thought for to turn this into a stove as well. If I can have one with a top on it like this right here, and then all and have the edges on it. I want it flat like a pan with a top across it, and then all that come through there, and I can turn this on and make this thing flame up and get stronger. I probably can boil water and everything, you know. But the only suck part about it is you. I think you should. I prefer to set some on top of it and do it if I was going to do that. That would be my preference because I wouldn't want to have to put the eggs and all in there and then get it nasty. Then you got to take the whole entire unit down just to clean. So like, it could be a bad thing. So I think I'm just stick to just letting it be a heater. I'm gonna make several different designs with this as it being a heater, but right now I'm pretty sold on putting the fans on the top. On woo, putting the fans on the top. So and I mean this is only one can. One can is about this big. I filled it with tissue and filled it up with tissue, packed it with tissue, and I filled it up with 70% isopropyl alcohol. As you can see, I already started using it. My first usage, it brought it to here. I just filled it up again. It's down to right here. Which these bottles run about $2, $1.74 at Walmart right now, and that's 70% isopropyl. I just don't recommend using 90% indoors. Really, I mean, you can use it, but I've learned from experience that 90% isopropyl alcohol leaves a lot of soot on the bottom of your pans because it burns. It's a higher rate of alcohol, so it burns and it smokes. And I don't want that. You know what I mean? I'm in the house. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep warm. I don't want to smoke the house out. So this is what I chose to use instead. It's 70%. And it does good, so I'm happy with using it 70%. Yeah. Yep. I like to have my night beverage. Okay, guys. As you can see, this causes it to flame up quite a bit. Now you can take this same fan. This is a DC fan, 12-volt fan. You got to switch on the line. You can get this from Walmart. I think it's like about $12 at Walmart. These pieces right here came from Lowe's. I didn't assemble this. This was already made like this. The bottom is what I assembled. I put another joint into this, which was a 4 inch. It was a five. It was a 6 to 4 inch. That I'm having a little bit of problem because it ain't quite fit, so I bent it a little bit to make it fit inside, and it fit just fine. So I made me a nice little unit. The things again a lot cheaper as they used to be, and this unit right here, just this piece right here, cost me $25. I know. But that's what it costs. And I wanted it. I thought about it. I said, hey, I'm wasting money. And then I said, no, I'm not wasting money. I said, this is something that could potentially save my life one day. If we don't have electric and the power go down and we don't know how long it's going to be back up. A little alcohol, boom, turn it on, get your fan. I got my fan running off my which is for me solar. Everything running off battery for me is pretty much solar. It's just rechargeable because I can use my solar system to recharge it and get it ready. Get it back up, charged, and ready to go. So for anybody that has a ring and they're like they want to move, you want to move your ring around. You're like, man, you got to plug it into the wall USB to get it come on. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a solution to that problem. While we're here, give you a solution to that problem. I bought these from Walmart for $10. It's a 10,000 milliamp. As you see, I got my ring plugged into that. This is what we're on right now. You just plug it in, and that thing will have this light on for a long time. I never really ran it all the way to the end. I had to shut it off because it just wouldn't die. But it stayed on for so long. I mean, so that's a quick way if you want to move your ring around and show people different stuff, and without having to unplug it and all that right there. Here you go. This is your solution to that problem. A lot of people don't know you can do that, but you can. You can plug it up to your power pack, and it will come on and work just fine. It's just as bright as plugging it in the wall. Okay, back to the self heater. For anyone, I would advise. I mean, this came from Lowe's. I got a can out of the kitchen, tissue in the bathroom, and some isopropyl alcohol from Walmart. 70%. It's easy to do, easy to make. Only thing that I don't know, I mean, if you got any kind of mechanical skills, you can add a fan to this on the top or under here, wherever you want to. I didn't want to take a chance on putting one under here and it actually burns it or melts it because the fan is plastic. So I said I'll put it up here with some type of screws or something like that on the top where it's not actually touching the top, but it's sitting on the top. And all the heat that comes off is blowing that heat out to access a real heater, and it's actually blowing really hot air out. So it does a really good job. So that's my version of emergency heater to keep you guys in a crunch. You would need it in a crunch. Keep you guys warm in a crunch. Don't forget normal things. That's why I did this because everybody thinks you gotta have something electric in order to make it. You can be simple. You can get yourself some blankets. You can get this for a little bit of nothing as a box of. Look, if you don't have matches, go get some. This whole box of matches was $1. That's a lot of matches for $1. That's a big box. You go right over to Family Dollar and get you a box. I bought about 10 or 15 boxes of these, and I also waterproofed them as well in case I was in an event where it was wet, and I want to make sure I still could save them. So I did that as well. So get you some matches, good matches. I said good matches. Don't get no baloney where you gotta strike it 50 times and then it break and it still don't strike. And then the striker and all this here stop working. So that's another reason why I bought the separate striker. If something going on, you can strike yourself with the striker yourself, and you'll be fine as far as that's concerned. So let me get you back up to me. Remember, this is from Lowe's. This top piece, there's two pieces. I bought this bottom and the top. This top piece are all assembled together. There's the bottom. And you can get your anything, bricks, whatever you want to put in the bottom. Get your can out of the pantry, fill it with tissue, paper towels, whatever you want to fill it with. Then soak it, fill it up to the top. Isopropyl alcohol, 70%. Your preference if you want to use 90%. I just don't like all the smoke. And you know what I mean? That'll more be unsafe to have all that smoke in a room, or then you have black the ceiling and all that. So I thought the 70% would be better. And if you want to pump it up to give it more strength, turn your fan on and let it blow under the unit. You know what I mean? Just bounce off the floor. It'll pick it up on its own, and then it'll provide a whole lot more heat. As you can see that the flame, how much is how high it got versus having it on. Like if I turn it off now, you'll see the big difference. See that? You see how the flame is in there, but the flame went down. You can tell this, you can see it, but it went down. But with this, it goes up, and then it won't burn your tissue unless you let it just continuously burn. Then after that, then that probably start burning your tissue. So best thing is when it's out, put it out and add you some more. 70% alcohol. So let me get you guys set back up. Let's see. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. Give me one sec. Okay. Now here I go. All right. So I'm glad you guys can stop by and take a look at this. I'm always trying to put some things together. Things that I think that'll be important for you guys to use. Do not be bamboozled or fooled by the grocery stores. They're not as bad as were they. Everything's getting back to normal. Do not be silly. It is not getting back to normal. It's a smoke screen, people. It's not getting back to normal. It's not going to get back to normal. It is no. It's not going to happen. I hate to tell you that, but it's not. If you read the Bible, you'll know it's not. It's going that direction, and that's the way it's going to go. All I can tell you is just be ready, be prepared for anything. While you got freedom to do whatever you need to do, go do it. If you think that's going to go back to normal, let me prove it to you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Did you know in some places right now, you cannot even buy grocery or get gas for your car without having the vaccination? I'm going to wait. Go ahead. You didn't know? No, you didn't know. A lot of you didn't know because you don't do any research. You don't look or try to figure out nothing. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta get the information. You gotta look it up. Take some time out. Just like you take time out for anything else you want to do. Go out, have fun, have a few drinks. Take some time out to sit down. If it ain't up for 10 or 15 minutes, do some research, see what's going on, stay up on the game and what's going on in the world. I bet you any kind of money y'all know the stimulus check coming. I bet you everybody can tell me, oh, the stimulus check coming on such a day. Oh, it's gonna be right here bright and early. Make sure your bank account blah 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 blah. Yep. Everybody know about that. But nobody know about the other stuff that they need to know. You need to research. You need to be vigilant and be prepared. Don't get caught with your down. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This heater is a great thing for you guys to be able to use. I'm pretty sure everybody got a lot of different ideas on how to use it. I know I still got a ton of them in my head. I mean, I probably can do 5, 6 videos on the same heater. I know I'm gonna redo the one about the bologna already. The stove I already redid that twice, so I'm gonna redo it again using this and cooking some meals, some whole meals, and see how that's gonna work out. Yeah. So, you guys, I want you guys to definitely, like I tell you on every video, I never let it get by, but I've been telling you guys, I need you to prep and pray, and I need you guys to put back. If you don't want to put back for you, put back for your kids. Put back for your parents. Put back for somebody. Because if they got some and then you done put that back, then you good. You got something for yourself. Always put something back. Every time you go to the store, I ain't say go make a big haul. Just get a little bit at a time. Another thing that'll be great source of heat as well is get you a can of Crisco from the store. The big cans, the tin cans. I'm not talking about that plastic mess. I'm talking about in the big tin cans. Get that. You can put your counter down in the middle of it, or you can put your wick in it, and that thing will burn for weeks. For weeks, I said. I didn't say for a day or two. I said for weeks. So that's another source of heat that you guys use. Also, look at it too. It's also a source of light as well. So don't forget that. But I ain't gonna hold you guys up. I just want to say thank you for stopping by the Survival Mississippi Survival Channel. We are right here in the what I call the laboratory. Now the other room in there is the lab. I do a lot of stuff now. This right here is the laboratory. I'm making all kinds of everything in here. Whatever I can think of, just come to mind. I'm gonna put it together. If you guys have any requests, something you want to see, please don't tell me you want to see uh, uh, a battery operated car. Because if you do say you want to see a battery operated car, be specific. Because I gonna get you a Hot Wheel. But you talking about you want to see one of these new ones now, a Cobalt or something like that. When you send a request, send the money with it, and I'll go get it, and I'll do the review. That's how you do that. Because I don't have the money for that at all. So, thank you guys so much. It's been a blessing to be here every day. I always say I can't complain because God's been good. Even on the days that you think is a bad day, it's still a good day because you're above ground and you're breathing. And things is always a chance for things to turn around that you think is bad. And understand that you think is so unbearable that you can't handle. Nothing is too hard for God. He can handle it. So you guys stay blessed, stay safe. And this holiday, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys Merry Christmas ahead of time. Of course, you're going to see me again before then, but I'm still telling you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, be safe. I love you, Mississippi Survivor, and I'm out of here.